Rant. Did y'all hear her slip up with these new fans? Just go ahead and say it. Caitlin Clark fans. She about to slip up and tell it like it is right now. Speak her mind. And this right here is why she get a bad rep. Listen to what she about to say, y'all.
There's a section of fans.
The key insight here is understanding what 3-on-3 basketball actually rewards. This format isn't simply 5-on-5 with fewer players. It fundamentally alters defensive structure, spacing, and responsibility. Help defense is limited. Rotations are rare. There's often no weak side presence to erase mistakes. Every matchup is exposed. For a player like Paige Bueckers, this environment is nearly ideal. Her game is built on balance, footwork, shot creation, and decision-making in isolation. She doesn't rely on chaos or volume. She thrives in space where reads are clean and counters are available. 3-on-3 provides exactly that. This doesn't mean she suddenly became a better player. It means the format highlights her strengths more clearly. Size, patience, and scoring versatility matter more here than system execution. Guards who excel in one-on-one situations naturally shine brighter. This is also why other isolation scorers look so effective in Unrivaled. Players who sometimes struggle against layered defensive schemes in the WNBA suddenly appear unstoppable. Meanwhile, players whose value lies in playmaking, off-ball movement, or orchestrating complex offenses may not translate as dramatically. 3-on-3 strips the game down to its essentials. Can you guard your matchup? Can you create a quality shot without help? Can you stay composed under constant pressure? Paige answers yes to all three. Understanding this distinction is crucial. Dominance in this format doesn't invalidate 5-on-5 performance, nor does it override it. Each version of basketball reveals different truths. The mistake is assuming one environment defines the entire player.
A very specific one.
Yeah, you think that was helpful to the game, or was it harmful? Because the league need eyes.
Both.
It need promotion. Like
Right.
I always said, like when it comes to the WNBA, when it comes to the W, I used to say, man, y'all need personalities. Y'all need more marketing, more media. And I was like the guys, people care about what y'all doing off the court. I think y'all doing a really good job of that. But then it brought so much.
24 points, 6 assists, 0 turnovers, and a performance that completely unraveled Kelsey Plum. Paige Bueckers just delivered the most dominant individual outing in the brief history of Unrivaled, and there was no ambiguity about it. This wasn't a game defined by hot shooting or lucky stretches. It was a controlled, methodical takeover that exposed both matchup advantages and broader questions about player hierarchy within women's basketball. Paige finished the night shooting 7 of 15 from the field and a flawless 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Every possession she touched felt deliberate. On the opposite side, Kelsey Plum, an established champion and one of the most accomplished guards in the league, struggled mightily. She went 5 for 17 overall and just 2 for 10 from beyond the arc. That contrast wasn't random variance. It was the result of repeated, targeted offensive pressure. What made the performance resonate wasn't just the stat line. It was who Paige did it against and how she did it. She didn't wait for mismatches or hide behind screens. She attacked Plum directly, possession after possession, and dictated the terms of engagement. In a 3-on-3 environment where every mistake is magnified and there's nowhere to hide defensively, that kind of dominance carries extra weight. This game wasn't simply about winning. It functioned as a statement. It forced observers to confront uncomfortable questions about how talent is evaluated and whether traditional 5-on-5 contexts sometimes obscure individual brilliance. Paige didn't just score. She controlled tempo, spacing, and decision-making. 0 turnovers in this format is particularly telling because it reflects composure rather than chaos. Whether Unrivaled is revealing true hierarchy or simply amplifying specific skill sets remains open for debate. But what happened here demanded attention. It wasn't hype-driven or speculative. It was visible, repeatable, and undeniable. Paige Bueckers didn't just have a great night. She shifted the conversation.
Because we only see what you respond to, but you're dealing with that shit all day long.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us are, and it's like you try to not, focus on it or whatever, but it be under your pictures, not even just like DMs where you have to go searching for it. It be out there in the open, posts, YouTube. Like my parents be sending me videos of people making up stuff that happened. And they be like, oh my God, are you okay? Is this?
Now she going in on the content creators. Look at her face. Look at her face. Now she finna go in on the content creators. Y'all listen.
Real? I'm like, no, like if it didn't come from me, it's not real.
What followed the performance was just as revealing as the game itself. Instead of simple appreciation, the discussion immediately turned into ranking. Best shooting guard, second tier, not Caitlin Clark, as if excellence cannot exist without immediate comparison. This reflex says more about how the league is discussed than about Paige Bueckers as a player. Those reactions also explain why opinions on a rookie WNBA season remain so divided. Coming out of UConn, expectations were enormous. Paige was projected as a franchise-altering talent. What she delivered in her first year was solid but restrained. She averaged 14.6 points and 3.8 assists, contributing efficiently but rarely dominating games statistically. In contrast, Caitlin Clark posted 19.2 points and 8.4 assists, numbers that naturally command attention. So when Paige looks unstoppable and unrivaled, it creates cognitive dissonance. The skill was always present, but the results suddenly look different. That leads to a critical question. Did Paige dramatically improve in a short span of time, or is this environment revealing aspects of her game that were muted in Indiana? The answer lies in context. Paige was not the primary offensive engine for the Fever. Clark controlled the ball and dictated pace. Kelsey Mitchell handled much of the secondary scoring. Paige often functioned as a complementary option, making smart reads and taking efficient shots rather than forcing the offense. In Unrivaled, that structure disappears. The ball finds Paige earlier and more often. Decisions are simplified. There's no waiting for sets to develop or roles to rotate. Her impact becomes immediate and visible. That doesn't mean her rookie season was underwhelming. It means it didn't fully showcase her ceiling. This performance doesn't rewrite her first year. It reframes it. It suggests the gap between perception and capability may be smaller than traditional metrics indicate.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'd be like, show your face. Let's talk about it. And they never want to.
No, they won't.
As soon as you respond, they crickets or their page is deactivated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or they just screenshot it and then post it on another.
Yeah.
She responded to it.
Yeah. That's
Give
they
me
want
more
low
men
attention.
Now, I got to agree with her on this one. There is a lot of people in CCFC fans.
The matchup with Kelsey Plum illustrated these dynamics perfectly. Watching the film, the same pattern repeats. Paige catches the ball. Plum gets into her stance, anticipating the drive. Paige calmly creates separation. Not because Plum lacks defensive skill, she's an elite defender, but because physical realities matter. At 5 feet 8 inches, Plum is giving up significant size. Paige, at 6 feet, knows how to leverage her frame. When Plum commits to cutting off penetration, Paige pulls up. When Plum plays back to respect the jumper, Paige attacks downhill. Every defensive choice leads to a counter. 5 of Paige's made shots came with Plum as the primary defender. No fading, no squeeching, just direct offense. That mid-range pull-up before the first quarter buzzer captured it perfectly. Strong contest. Hand up. Ideal positioning. The shot still fell cleanly. As the game progressed, Plum's instincts almost worked against her. She anticipated correctly, but anticipation isn't enough when the size mismatch is that pronounced. There was no adjustment that fully neutralized Paige because the disadvantage was structural, not tactical. In a format without help defense to provide cover, those mismatches become overwhelming. This wasn't about embarrassing a defender. It was about demonstrating how physical differences can dictate outcomes more decisively in 3-on-3 basketball.
There is a lot of them out there, bruh. If you're going to talk trash, you got to stand on what you saying. For real, bro. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of CCFC. Now, I don't agree with DiJonai Carrington on a lot of things. There's a lot of people on that damn Twitter app that don't show their face and be talking big boy noise. What you scared of? You Twitter gangster. It's a whole lot of Twitter gangsters out there. CCFC, I just got to keep it real. I got to agree with her on
No
that.
women on your page. There'd be more men or women on your page.
Hating?
Yeah.
Man.
This is where caution becomes necessary. One unrivaled performance should not redefine WNBA hierarchy. Yes, Paige dominated. Yes, she looked like the best player on the floor. But context always matters. Aaliyah Boston also delivered an efficient performance, and no one is rushing to crown her the league's top center based on a single game. The same restraint should apply here. Paige is undeniably elite, but the leap from her rookie season role to best shooting guard in the league is still significant. Kelsey Mitchell averaged over 17 points per game across a full season. Other guards carried primary offensive burdens for 40 games while facing defensive schemes designed entirely to stop them. Paige wasn't asked to shoulder that responsibility in Indiana. Clark dominated possessions. Mitchell handled scoring pressure. Paige contributed efficiently within a structured role, which is exactly what a rookie should do. What Unrivaled reveals is potential. When Paige is given space, freedom, and direct responsibility, she can absolutely take over games. That insight has real value. It suggests Indiana may want to explore more isolation opportunities for her, particularly against smaller guards. But sustaining dominance over 8 weeks is not the same as doing it over an entire season. The talent is clear. The ceiling is evident. The next step is consistency over time. That's the real takeaway. Not a new hierarchy, but a clearer picture of what Paige Buchers can become when the environment fully aligns with her strengths.